You're inside the Mouse Castle with Tim and Anthony. Visit us at themousecastle.com. Follow the Mouse Castle on Facebook and Inside the MC on Twitter. Inside the Mouse Castle is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. Soon, you'll understand why. Here's Tim and Anthony.
Welcome inside the Mouse Castle. I'm Tim Calloway.
I'm Anthony Reynolds. It is January 26, 2016.
We are your weekly dose of Disney news, information, and commentary. And what do we have in store today, sir?
Well, there are new release dates for Star Wars Episode 8 and Pirates of the Caribbean 5. And Josh Gad has a secret he's not revealing until Thursday. That's just a weird lead-in. Like, I just imagine we could cut to Josh Gad. He has, like, his fingers over his lips, like, ooh, I have a secret.
I'm not telling.
I'm not telling. It's like, okay, Josh Gad, you can have your secret, I guess. So that's all next inside the Mouse Castle. Are you drinking tonight?
Sad to say I am not.
Oh.
Actually, I had family visiting over the weekend, so there's already been a lot of drinking that has transpired the last few days. So I'm kind of taking it easy tonight.
Take it easy. Rest in peace, Glenn Fry.
Glenn Fry.
What a hell of a guy. I'm drinking a Shiner Bock.
Nice. Shiner's always a good go-to beer. I like it.
I love it. It's my fave. It's a leftover. I brought it to a party and didn't finish it, so I brought the leftovers back.
Well, as a gift, I received a very nice bottle of scotch.
Ooh.
I believe it's called Oban.
Oban. Oh, Oban.
Oban.
I know Oban.
You do know Oban?
Oh my god, that's like the one scotch I've had. Yes, I loved it.
Good stuff, isn't it?
It was very good.
I had never had it before, and it's like, ooh, this is good stuff. And
is that single malt? No.
That is single malt.
Hey,
yeah.
I do remember my scotch.
And between Amy and myself, we I'd say we killed off about 2/3 of that bottle.
Oh, that's easy to do.
Yeah, it was just so smooth. Good stuff.
Today's episode sponsored by Oban.
That's right, and Shiner.
And Shiner.
Scotchity Scotch.
Yeah, speaking of Will Ferrell movies that don't have Will Ferrell in them, Star Wars Episode 8.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, yeah, that was a reach.
That was a great segue. No, it was awful. It was terrible.
It was awful, but that's what made it so good.
That was the charm of it. I don't know why anybody would describe Star Wars. Oh, yeah, the Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, that Will Ferrell movie. Well, okay. Well, we could tie it in because there is that meme going around of him dressed like Han Solo. So have you seen that one?
I didn't see that. No.
It's him as Ron Burgundy, but he's dressed as Han Solo.
Oh, okay.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Anyway, it's very funny.
I keep seeing on like Reddit, people going, "What's up, Matt?" from the SNL skit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, even the action figures. I think that's fantastic.
I love that.
Adam Driver is so cool. He has scored so many points for how much fun he had playing off of his character when he was on Saturday Night Live.
There was a post on Reddit that talked how the events in that SNL skit affected what happened in the movie, and therefore it was canon. Like, I think the long and short of it was he was working as a radar technician who didn't know how to fix radars, and because of that, Starkiller Base was not able to detect all the other ships coming in.
That makes total sense.
It actually kind of does.
So anyway, I guess episode 8 currently in production.
It was originally scheduled to come out Memorial Day weekend in 2017, and they've pushed it 7 months
to December 15th.
December 15th.
I guess they're trying to repeat the success of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which was kind of did okay as a Christmas release.
I like winter Star Wars. It didn't feel like Christmas season. It felt like Star Wars season.
I know. It was definitely Star Wars season. So, I mean, this has caused a lot of shuffling among Disney films, and it makes a lot of sense aside from the fact that they're trying to create the same kind of scenario that they did for The Force Awakens. But Disney had kind of a crowded summer for 2017. So moving Episode 8 to Christmas is actually not a bad idea. But the movie that benefits the most from that is Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales, which moves from a July release to a Memorial Day weekend release.
Oh, I like that. I like that move.
That's a sign to me that Disney's real confident in this one, and not just as a moneymaker. I think they've got a good movie. I'm trying to be optimistic because the last Pirates film was a dog.
Oh my God, I saw it in theaters and I have yet to make it through it again.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I fall asleep when I watch it. I do.
I've tried. I can't fall asleep watching anything. I always end up watching it. So I always just walk away angry in a huff about 2/3 of the way through if I get there. No, honestly, I don't even get halfway through the movie before I give up. It sucks.
I just fell asleep. It's just an awful movie. But Dead Men Tell No Tales looks promising. Orlando Bloom is returning.
Good.
As Will Turner. And, of course, Jeffrey Rush will be back as Barbossa. And Javier Bardem is going to play the villain in the movie.
Ooh, I wonder what kind of hair he's going to have in this one.
You got to wonder.
Oh, like with him, it's just like, oh, we're going to get a cool hairdo, or we're going to get... It's got to be a crazy hairdo. I bet it's going to be just really long and curly.
It could very well be.
Yeah.
Now there are other big like tentpole movies that Disney's got coming out that summer. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, mercy.
Which is actually, I mean, it's I guess technically it's a summer release, but it's coming out like the first weekend in May.
Kicking off the summer, right?
Cars 3 is coming out on June 16th of 2017. And unrelated to that, I saw a post as I was going through news stories for the show. I found on an entertainment site that I wasn't really familiar with, but they were doing speculation about The Incredibles 2.
Oh, yeah.
And I dismissed it in its entirety because they actually said that Syndrome would be back.
Oh.
As I recall, Syndrome got sucked into a jet engine of a plane that exploded. So I kind of get the feeling he's not coming back. So the fact that this site was speculating about that kind of made me think, no, you aren't a real credible source. And it also was saying that The Incredibles is going to take place 6 years after the first movie. And so Jack was going to be a little bit older and learning how to use his new powers, which is not a bad idea. But I just, from what I looked at, that the quote unquote rumor mill had gotten a hold of, I wasn't really buying it. And I would rather wait for something that sounds a little bit more legit.
I don't trust that. Because my thing is, they're taking 6 years after. It's been 12 years now. Those kids got to be looking a lot older than that, Tim.
Yes.
How are they going to get around that? Are they recasting? Are they doing digital things? Come on, Incredibles.
I'm pretty sure it's all going to be digital.
You think? See, that's the thing. I mean, today's society is moving past all the practical effects that made us love movies like The Incredibles to begin with.
Yes, which was so realistic and lifelike.
It's just you can't beat those practical effects. Let me just get off my soapbox.
Yeah, damn you, George Lucas. So 2017 is going to be an interesting year for movies for Disney. I mean, all of these are going to make money. I mean, even Cars 3, say what you will about it, is still going to make money.
It's going to make money, and it's going to be better than 2.
It is.
That's all you really want in this world.
Yeah. We're going to try it a third time to see if we can get it right this time.
Ugh.
No, and I shouldn't say that because I did like Cars 2.
Yeah,
I like Cars 2 better than Cars 1. 2. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, we've had it. I still don't disagree. I don't agree with you on liking it better than Part 1. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But I still think that in the long run, it probably will be viewed as the weakest of the entire franchise. So I think 3 is going to do better.
3's got to do better. I hope so.
Got to do better.
Some interesting stuff going on at Disneyland.
Oh my God, yeah.
The Pope House, which was a little dwelling, a little structure that was on...
It was like Interventions, but for scandal. And people can visit the home of the apartment of Olivia Pope.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Oh.
The Pope House was a little dwelling that was actually originally on the property that Disney purchased to build Disneyland. The house itself dates back to the 1920s.
Ooh.
And when Disney purchased the land, it stood at about where Harbor Boulevard is now. And they kept the building in its entirety. They actually moved it into a backstage area where it was like where it became the gateway to the Circle D Corral, where they kept all the horses and animals backstage at Disneyland. And it had stood there for the entire time that Disneyland was in existence. And it's called the Pope House because back in 1954, Owen and Dolly Pope were hired by Disney to train and care for the animals. And anyway, it's been there for a long time. It had long since become like an administrative building, like an office building. But when all the Star Wars land stuff started going on, there was concern over what was going to happen to the Pope House. And what has happened to the Pope House is Disney has agreed not to burn it down, which was very cool with them. What they did is they picked it up and moved it on the other side of the berm, and now it's in a parking lot that Disney owns on Ball Road behind Disneyland.
So it's already moved.
So it is already moved.
Geez, they're moving on this.
They are. There's stuff going on behind the scenes. It's going up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the train tracks. I can't wait to get back there and take a look at that, because you can get a nice up close look at the trains now. Like at Frontierland Station, they've actually put boards so you can walk over the tracks and you can go to the original Frontierland train station, which is on the other side of the tracks. And so
they used to load from there?
Yeah. When they put in Splash Mountain and I'm going to say Indiana Jones, they moved the track that much further to the west. So the track actually ran on the other side of where the Frontierland, the original Frontierland train station stands today.
Oh, wow. So they didn't move the station, the track just switched sides.
Yep. Yeah, they just they moved the track. So you can talk to the engineers that are right there with the train, and you can get a real close up look at them, and that's going on right now. And Disneyland is kind of returning back to normal following the holiday season changes. So you'll be happy that Haunted Mansion is back to normal.
Yay, I'm excited.
Yeah, not that you don't like Haunted Mansion Holiday, but I know you really, really miss the original after a while.
But you know what? This year, compared to last year, I don't know. I mean, I was really whatever about it, but this year I really I really appreciated Mansion Holiday a little bit more. And I don't know what it is. I just enjoyed it more this year.
The one time that I rode Haunted Mansion Holiday this year, and this was after Christmas, or it was still up after the first of the year, I was bummed because the Hatbox Ghost was not working quite right.
Yeah, once in a while he don't work.
Yeah, it just had kind of a hollow space where his face is supposed to be, and not much else was going on. That was kind of a letdown.
Well, I suppose he can't just stand there all day.
Well, I suppose he kind of does, but
it's kind of like the photos in Harry Potter. He has to get up and wander away once in a while.
Every now and then. And other changes, if you go, I think we talked about this a little bit last week, earlier than anticipated, if you go over to the Star Wars launch bay over at Tomorrowland, you can see Kylo Ren now. Ooh. In the meet and greet line where you would otherwise meet Darth Vader.
That bums me out a bit. I feel like they should all be readily available.
All of them. I want to know, and this kind of goes along with the whole issue that they're having with Star Wars toys, but I'm going to say, where's Rey?
Oh.
How come there's no Rey meet and greet? We got Chewbacca, we've got Darth Vader, and now we're getting Kylo Ren.
But we have no face characters.
You have no face characters. Why don't we have Rey? And that has nothing, to me, that has nothing to do with male, female, whatever. It's the lead character in the movie. She needs to be there.
As long as they don't just come up with like a Finn character or a Poe character without excluding her. As long as they're keeping it with masked characters, I'm not calling foul yet.
But even with the Marvel meet and greets, though, they've done Thor, they've done Captain America. Those are face characters.
Yeah, but they're terrible. Nobody's posting those.
They need to do it. I'm sorry, they need to do it. We need to see Rey at the Star Wars launch bay. There you go.
Well, do you think maybe they know not because remember when Jack Sparrow was a character and they had to stop?
Why do they have to stop? I mean, I saw
Because he kept getting like harassed by cougars.
Yeah, but he kind of roamed freely. It wasn't like a controlled meet and greet. So I think
I
that's a
just
little
don't
bit different. It's
want-
the same thing as, I mean, it's the reason that they do meet and greets. It's the reason you have to line up for Mickey Mouse because when the characters just roamed Disneyland, they were constantly being accosted by guests. So by doing the meet and greet, Disneyland was kind of forced to do it that way to keep things under control and to protect the characters.
Maybe it'll be a good thing to have Rey because I think a lot of the photos of the neckbeards that are going to meet her will be fantastic. And you get to see that slightly uncomfortable look on her face in every photo that you get sometimes.
Yeah, because you've even seen that with some of the princesses. There have been some very awkward pictures taken.
Some of my friends have posted photos of princesses that clearly look uncomfortable. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah.
I just don't think those princesses are comfortable to begin with.
That does have to be a tough job to be a character at Disneyland, whether you are wearing the costume or whether you're a face character or whatever. That to me has to be the toughest job at Disneyland. I have a lot of respect for them that stay in character and entertain the guests and really pull it off.
Oh, I bet when Snow White goes through that wall, smile fades, just rips one loud, she's good.
How charming.
It's like with me, like when somebody in person makes a joke and I'm just like, ha ha ha, ha, and I turn around and then my smile just disappears. And that's what it's like to be a face character.
I like to believe that there's at least part of their persona that is genuine once they're no longer in character. Anyway, speaking of Disneyland's having a 60th birthday.
Still,
I know it's going to continue through this year, and ABC is finally doing a show about it.
Oh my God!
Well, Josh Gad is actually hosting this the show. It's going to be
why? What was Neil Patrick Harris doing?
I guess he was off that day, but they're doing a Wonderful World of Disneyland 60 on Sunday, February 21st. From 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific time on the ABC television network. And Josh Gad, a popular friend of Disney, is going to be hosting the show.
A popular friend?
I don't know. I was just making that up. He's a well-regarded actor of stage and screen, and he was...
It just falls apart after 2 words.
I don't know. He was in Book of Mormon. Come on.
There we go. I love the guy.
And anyway, the show is going to be kind of a behind the scenes look at Disneyland. It's going to be celebrating the history, of course, but you're also going to get a look inside Walt's apartment over the firehouse. You're going to get a look at the Disneyland Dream Suite.
Ooh, la, la.
And different things like that. And
sounds like a GoPro on one of the tours they have. He just walked around with a plaid.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I film this once on ABC? Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fine.
I promise. Disney's okay with it. It's definitely okay. But Josh Gad actually on Twitter. Do you follow him on Twitter? Because he actually is kind of entertaining on Twitter.
I don't.
I think he's on Instagram too.
I need to be more on Twitter.
But
I love Twitter.
He posted a rather cryptic message this week to the effect that there's a big surprise coming this Thursday.
Bill Cosby tweeted the same thing.
In fact, that's the exact quote from his Twitter feed. Big surprise coming this Thursday. And the speculation or the wishful thinking is that there's going to be some sort of release, maybe a teaser trailer for the live action Beauty and the Beast that Josh Gad is appearing in because he's playing LeFou.
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 ¿Cómo te llamas?
Yeah, now that would be an interesting crossover. Olaf as LeFou.
Yeah, that'd be Kind of already the same character.
Yes. And then, of course, Hermione Granger
Oh
as
my God, I
Belle,
love her.
which I cannot wait to see. I'll be
And
honest.
Daniel Radcliffe is Harry. Rupert Grint as Ron.
Yes.
Michael Gambon as Angry Dumbledore.
You're a beast, Harry.
I should put your name in the goblet.
So we don't know what it's going to be. I mean, it could be something. Watch it be something like about Frozen, Watch it be anything but Beauty and the Beast. But that's what seems to be the most excitement and the most responses that Josh Gad got to his tweet had everything to do with Beauty and the Beast. So we're keeping our fingers that that's what that's all about.
This guy is so thankful for Disney, right?
He is. Oh my God.
He's gotta be.
He's done all sorts of stuff with them, behind the scenes, making of videos and things like that. Yeah, he's very much attached to Disney.
They're attached to him.
They are.
So Thursday, I guess. End of the world.
Thursday. I know. Watch him come out and endorse Donald Trump. I mean, it's going to be such a letdown.
All right, so there's an article from Forbes, which, let me get on my soapbox here. Forbes, screw you. I can visit...
Tell us how you really feel.
Seriously, I can't go onto your site without disabling my ad blocker. Screw you. I don't go to Forbes ever unless Tim sends me a link, and I'm never going to go to your site on my own now. Because your website sucks, and so do you. Anyway,
I hate that. I'm talking the extreme pop-ups where the entire screen gets wiped out for the story that you're reading, and you get an ad that replaces it. That drives me insane. And videos that automatically play.
Oh, there is a special place in hell for anybody who makes a website with an autoplay video. Sorry, that's like the majority of the people in the news industry. And then if you're autoplay music, you're even worse. Oh, and for those people on those porn sites who make those pop-up ads where it's like somebody's on a webcam with you and they're talking to you.
Not that you've ever been to one of those sites.
Some of us don't want that panic attack of thinking that we're on a video right now. Don't bother us. That was from a friend of mine, sent that in.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I've had some people tell me about that. It really upsets them.
It's like... This deviant just walks in and tells me about this porn thing. I'm just reading it off this paper, I guess, so whatever. I don't go to those.
No, not at all. Not with your 3D goggles.
No, not with my virtual headset. I wish I could play like Roller Coaster Tycoon with my virtual reality headset.
You may be able to.
That would be amazing. But yeah, there are some roller coaster games going out now. Roller Coaster 1, more particularly 2, those are my jam. Didn't even bother playing 3 because it looked like a trash game.
Mm-hmm.
And it obviously was because it kind of destroyed the franchise until now.
And really what got our attention for this story is that this one isn't even Roller Coaster Tycoon. This is made by another company who, by the way, contributed to one of the early versions of Roller Coaster Tycoon. But there's a new one coming out called Planet Coaster.
Ooh.
And this headline here says Planet Coaster is on track to replicate Disney parks. And that's what kind of got our attention.
Ooh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I found a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Disneyland download. Like somebody had gone and made a replication of it. And so I downloaded it to play it. And there was, I don't know if I told this story before, but there was a README file attached to this game. And I opened it up, and one of my old usernames was mentioned as a thank you, because I totally forgot that back in the day, I think it was on mouseinfo.com, I used to post on a forum, and this guy was making this game, and he asked for opinions, and I gave him mine. I was like, holy crap, I forgot about this dude.
Well, there are some new roller coaster games coming out. There is going to be a new Roller Coaster Tycoon one called Roller Coaster Tycoon World.
I keep thinking that already came out, but it hasn't.
No, and I guess these are both slated to come out this year, Roller Coaster Tycoon World and then Planet Coaster. But the level of detail and realism that they're going for on both of these is rather impressive. And so that's why it's getting all the comparisons to Disney and to an extent Universal Studios because of the immersive quality. So it's not just just the rides. I mean, there is theming and detailing and the ability to manipulate materials and landscapes and track and whatever that has never been able to be done before. And it looks like a lot of fun.
I get excited for these games, and then I never actually enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole 3D element to it. Maybe if I had a decent computer to run it, 'cause I just like the whole simplicity and the creativity involved with the original Tycoon games.
It gets a little bit too involved.
It just looks better. I should give this a try. I love these games. But just to go to Disney World on those, or Land, or whatever, that'd be cool.
And with every new version that somebody is going to take on recreating Disney parks.
Yeah, and I would make
every ride.
I would make every ride actually be a death trap.
I know. Well, see, I know that's the thing that I know you enjoy an awful lot about the Roller Coaster Tycoon games is torturing your guests.
Yeah, they have an island where they would go if they were complaining. If they weren't happy, I would either put them on this island or they would stay. Actually, no, it was dip in the water, and I would fill it with water and just kill them all that way.
Nice.
I'd make roller coasters that, it was always fun ending them in a corkscrew, because then the cars went everywhere. Though, for the majority of the time, what I did was I would just make it end on a simple, straight piece of track, and I would put one of the on-ride cameras as the last piece of track so that you would get a photo of the last second of this person's life.
You could have a bright future at Disney Imagineering. I'm just going to say that. You don't
actually get to see the photos in the game, but you know that they're being developed.
They're out there somewhere.
I mean, that's got to be like a good art thing. Don't even get me started on what I did in The Sims. Oh, man. I had a kill chamber in a room of urns. And that will do it for this edition of Inside the Mouse Castle. Don't forget to visit us at themousecastle.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/themousecastle, and on Twitter at InsideTheMC.
And, of course, we're also on Instagram, Tumblr, and Pinterest, and you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Things will be great when you're SoundCloud.
Yeah.
No, that's nice.
Petula Clark. That's nice.
There you go. Put this ringtone, everybody. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got. So we'll catch you next time on Inside the Mouse Castle.
See ya.